Hi, this is Katie Walker, and this is the conception of a color app that will teach primarily children their colors, how to mix them, and what those colors are called. So for the beginning of this project, I was trying to think of some kind of calculator, because that's what I thought it needed to be, but I didn't want to go the financial calculator route or some of the other more common thought of calculator types. And I thought calculating, that's one of the most basic functions, is adding one thing to another. And so then I thought, well, when you mix colors, you're adding one color to another. So in a way, this is a calculator app, but it's using colors. And the audience is, as I said, primarily for children, but it's for anyone to use. So from there, I went into the sketching. So this is a very, very basic sketch, and from here I went into some of my early usability testing, which provided some very useful information in how to develop the app from there, as far as where things should be located, target audience, because, I mean, little kids, they can't really read and they don't really understand what they're doing. So from there, it developed into something for some older kids, which came into my next grouping of sketches. As you can see, they are definitely more detailed and it's helped me to really visualize some of the things that I've wanted. Something that you'll see is a tilt to add function, which is a very cool feature, I think, because then it's becoming more of a physical thing, mixing it. As you can see, there's another physical attribute to this app, shake to mix. So I thought that was kind of fun. It's fun to use for kids and maybe adults, or I don't know. But it's becoming more interactive. You can push the buttons, yes, but then to add the color, you have to tilt the device, and then to actually mix the colors together, you have to shake it. So from there, I went into the wireframing mode. This is only a few of the screens that I created. For the prototype, I didn't use all of them, of course, but as you can see, this is for the mixing app. This I did using Illustrator, and from the wireframing we go into the development. These are the screens that I created for the prototype. This is the color wheel I use so that everything goes well together, if you will. And then I saved this as JPEGs and went to Envision to create my prototype. Now, it was suggested that I use a dark color, and when I developed it and the darker color for the background, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. So I created two different prototypes using two different things. I showed you what it would look like with the dark background in Illustrator, and I'm going to use this prototype I created with the lighter color to show you how this would work. So here we are. This is the home page. I'm still not feeling just a single color because it is a color app. However, I understand that it's a color app, but you don't have to use all the colors. So I'm not touching that, but to show you some of the things that it can do, we'll click on Ready to Mix, choose a color. For the prototype purpose, I went ahead and chose the secondary, so you have a list of your secondary. You will click on the color, and then you will tilt the device to add it, and then you choose the next color. For prototyping purposes, it gives you a list of the primary colors. Again, you choose the color, tilt to add, and then shake to mix. So we'll click on this plus button to mix it, and there you go. Mixing purple and blue gives you indigo, which is a tertiary color. And then you have this thing here, which will take you back here so that you can go through it again, or you can click on one of these buttons down here. Now we've done this, the Ready to Mix. Now we'll go to home. And the other thing I created for prototyping is this color list. So we'll go to the color list. It gives you a list of all the colors, and then you can click on this hamburger up here, and then you can choose to have all of the colors, all the primary colors, secondary, and tertiary colors. You'll click on one of them for prototyping purposes. I just did tertiary, and these are the colors that you would get mixing a secondary and a primary color together. You've seen indigo where you mix blue and purple together. And then you have the list of all these other colors, and again you could click on the hamburger. I didn't change that, but you can click on the hamburger to get different ones, or you can click down here. This will take you back to mixing colors. So it'll take you to the color list, and so on. And maybe someday this could be a real app. That would be pretty amazing to me. But that is my color calculator application for Apple device.